Hey mamas, let's face it. When we're in pain, we just want it to stop. And who could blame us? Discomfort is discomfort, no matter how you slice it. But divorce can be a buffet serving up discomfort and pain in myriad flavors, which you probably don't need me to tell you. And trust me, I'd love to run in and wrap my arms around you and make it all better. I'd love to hold a crystal ball up and show you that this is temporary and that it will end. But I can't, and there are no quick fixes. Don't let anyone tell you differently. That said, the moves you make now in this mess that is stirring your emotional pot can transform how you and your kids experience the process and the condition you will be in on the other side of it all. Let's start by remembering that you're in this divorce for a reason. And whether you initiated it or not, something needs to change. There is an easier way through your divorce that will put you on a better path to better outcomes. Lasting change, healthy choices, calm, peace, and freedom. It doesn't derive from quick fixes. It doesn't come from suffering in silence. It doesn't come from hoping and praying. It comes from allowing. Allowing yourself to breathe, to get clear and grounded, to have needs, to come alive again, to reconnect to who you once were. Yes, divorce is hard. In fact, it can be horrible. It upsets the apple cart, stirs the pot, triggers you like never before, and it also opens the door to opportunity, new beginnings, and a different way of being. That's what I want to talk to you about today. I'm calling this In Need of a Magic Wand in Your Divorce? Come sit with me for a few moments. Let me love you up and help you believe that you can do this differently. I'll even share stories of women just like you who are doing just that and reaping the benefits. Oh, and by the way, if they can do it, so can you. Hi there, mamas. Welcome to the Intuitive Divorce Podcast. I'm Kristen Noel, certified divorce coach and creator of the Best Self Intuitive Divorce, a game-changing program that transforms the experience and outcomes of divorce, one mother at a time. I call it Divorcing Differently. I'm here each week bringing you a quick message to support, inspire, and empower you to achieve the outcomes you want for yourself and your kids. So let's dive into today's episode. I really, really, really wish I had a magic wand to wave over every aching mama navigating divorce. I do. I once walked in those shoes, those very uncomfortable shoes. I know what it feels like to be awake in the middle of the night, tossing and turning in anxious thoughts and worries. I know how bleak it can all feel, how it feels like there's no end in sight. My divorce was a long time ago, and there were no resources available like today. And I didn't understand then what I know full well now, that the condition you are in while divorcing affects everything. I mean, it makes sense logically, but I just didn't really understand it practically. So I suffered far longer than I needed to. I worried. I lost weight. I was depressed. I lived on cigarettes and coffee. Hey, I know, that was 20 years ago. I felt like I was drowning. My back went out, and one day I couldn't get up off the kitchen floor with a small child asleep in his bed down the hall. It was bad. But that was the day that I cracked open the door to a new understanding. Not only does the body keep the score, you can't outrun any of this, try as you might. And trust me, I tried. A friend called me and said, "I'm coming to pick you up and take you to my kinesiologist." I responded by saying, "I don't care who you take me to see, just make the pain stop." Kind of sounds like divorce, don't you think? That day, I walked out of the kinesiologist's office a completely transformed person. My back wasn't healed. I was still caught amidst a very contentious and drama-filled divorce. But I was renewed with a new sense of perspective and connection to my own power. That day, I began to understand the interconnectedness of my body, mind, and spirit. And slowly, I began to heal my life, not just one part of it. That day, I started to see that my body wasn't working against me, it was working for me, alerting me to the fact that I couldn't carry on like this, literally. I didn't know it then, but that pain and suffering led me to so many beautiful new paths. Probably the most transformative was creating Best Self magazine, a journey that introduced me to the leading experts in the realm of holistic health, and one that opened my entire way of thinking and being. And spoiler alert, I also met the love of my life when I wasn't even looking, who I've actually been with for 21 years now. I share this because in the darkness of your suffering, as you stare into the abyss of the unknown, I want you to hold on to faith. I want you to know that you are planting seeds right now for all that is to come, even if you can't yet see it or imagine it. Freedom, possibility, peace, new beginnings, your best self. This is the fertile soil you're tilling. You are weeding out the parts that need to go. You're nurturing something new and tender. You can't create the life you want in chaos. Open your eyes. Pay attention. Get still. Allow yourself to feel and heal. Hear what's calling to you. What is your body saying? Where is your intuition guiding you? Think of the butterfly. I want to read you something. Monarchs are the symbol of hope and life, often seen with wings spread in glorious power. But before they can ever take flight, they must completely transform. The process is daunting and dark. And just when they think their life is over, they emerge, hanging by their feet, wings wet and folded, weary from the change, their whole world upside down. Then they summon all their courage and bravely let go. Upon seeing their world from above, they know they were always meant to fly. This was from the Festive Farm Company. So who does that sound like? Are you in need of a little wind beneath your wings? There's no magic pill in divorce, and nothing that can make you immune to the discomfort of the process. However, divorce is temporary. You're growing, expanding, becoming, no longer suffocating, hiding, and shrinking. Hell no, you're stretching those wings. The good news is that you get to guide the process. You get to decide what you will and will not participate in, what boundaries you will set to protect yourself, what chaos you will walk away from, what new ways of being you're leaning into. This doesn't happen all at once. My back pain wasn't working against me, and neither are your pains. They're just calling to you, reminding you of what you already know. It's okay to fly. It's okay to want out. It's okay to have needs. You don't need me to paint the painful picture of divorce. You're already in it or about to be. You know what's at stake, and you know what you want, and you just may not know how to get there or what step to take next, or how not to get overwhelmed by it all. There's a lot that gets unpacked in divorce with children. There's a lot you don't expect and wish you could deal with on the other side of it all, but you can't. In the in-betweens, all the moments of life that appear between the more monumental ones like being in court or strategizing with your attorney or filling out mounds of paperwork, there's you, your kids, big feelings, and lots to navigate. But here's some more good news. If it's showing up, I'm a firm believer that you are ready to deal with it. I know it's not fun. I know the timing sucks, or so it feels, but you're cleaning up your house. First step, find your hope and hold it tight. Second step, know that you don't have to do this alone. Just this week, the mothers in our program made massive personal strides. One negotiated a final settlement on her terms. One advocated for herself instead of retreating and giving in to keep the peace. One allowed herself to view her options through a new lens and made an offer on a house. One held firm boundaries with a parent who was alienating her child from her. One pulled the trigger on having her attorney file her paperwork to initiate the process. All huge steps forward, and we celebrated it all. But none of this happened overnight. Here's the deal. Not taking steps doesn't move the needle in your divorce or life, and nothing changes. Not advocating for self keeps the status quo in place, allows narcissists to run rampant over your life. Action steps on behalf of what you want doesn't change another person. It changes you, your life, and how you show up for all that is most important to you, dear mama. These women all saved themselves a lot of time and unnecessary heartache. They didn't do it alone. They leaned in and declared, I need support. And from that moment forward, they initiated healing. They felt less alone. They made lifelong friends, and they began to believe that better outcomes were possible. There is a better path to a better divorce. It's an intuitive divorce. And mothers just like you are divorcing smarter, healing faster, protecting their kids and reclaiming their lives, while saving time, money, and heartache. And you can too. No magical thinking needed, just the will to believe in lasting transformation and the action to make it real. Thanks for listening to today's episode, but more importantly, for making this time for yourself. If you're a professional, independent mother facing off with divorce, struggling with your emotions, worried about your kids and your future, and want a better way to navigate it all, I've got 2 ways to completely change the trajectory of your divorce and your life starting today. The first is our free divorce workshop. In this training, you'll learn the 3 steps to get off the emotional roller coaster and take control of your divorce so you can save time, money, and heartache for you and your family. Simply go to intuitivedivorce.com/workshop. And the second way is to book a free strategy call with our team, where we'll dive into your situation, your struggles, what you really want, and outline a path to get you there. For a short video and the booking link, go to intuitivedivorce.com/call. Check it out, and I'll see you inside. Now I have a favor to ask you, Mama. If you enjoyed this conversation and were inspired in your own divorce, please subscribe to this podcast so you don't miss future juicy talks. And I'd be so grateful if you'd leave a review so together we can help other mamas walking in the same shoes.